Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Soul Connections and Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Sister Shivani is with us. Let's welcome her.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. In the last episode, we were talking about a child when he gets married and a daughter-in-law coming home. And you said that we should understand or feel or invite them as a new soul entering our home.
It's true, but it's true. It's only when we start practicing meditation, the first thing that we do is remove all the labels, even the ones we have acquired, the labels of my position, my relationship, my roles, responsibilities, even the label that I'm a body. This is a label, this is my body. So when I remove all the labels, there's only I left behind. And that I is the pure being. So when I understand I am the pure being and I start connecting to everyone else beyond the labels to who they actually are, then the connection is beautiful. It's like if you want to connect two wires, what would you have to do?
You just have to clean the insulation.
You have to remove the
insulation
outer.
Yeah.
Then connect. Unless the outer is removed, the connection won't work.
But sister, you say always pure being, pure being, pure being. If I was a pure being, I would not have these problems.
The problems that we've discussed.
Yeah, we're discussing.
Yeah.
So where is the pure being? Somewhere there is something impure.
I, the soul, with every thought I create, and then I bring it into action, I create sanskars. So the original sanskar of the soul is purity, love, bliss. But as I used a body and I came into the field of relationships, gradually I started thinking I am the body, and said interacting with the other one also, body. And so because we forgot that we are souls interacting with each other, we thought it's a body interacting with another body. And then came all the sanskars of lust, anger, ego, greed. Because when it's body, the whole perspective will change. And when these vices started coming in, the sanskars got created. When I thought I'm a body, then my happiness was somewhere outside. When somebody was not giving it to me, I thought I'm not getting my happiness. I created anger. When I thought I'm a body, I thought my power is in relationships. When someone else was coming closer to that precious relationship, I thought my power was being taken away. Because we thought we are bodies, roles, responsibilities, relationships. My position in my office was power. If that position was changing, whether in the office or at home, I was insecure. All this happened because I forgot I'm a soul.
That is why we have problems when the child gets married and the sister says, my brother has changed, the brother says, sister has changed. Two brothers say that after marriage he has changed. Earlier we used to eat together, go out together, we were so happy. What is this? After marriage everybody changes.
Yeah, so it's actually, this itself is a negative thought to send to the person.
They're already expecting.
They were already expecting, and if we look at it in a bigger perspective, anyways, if I'm creating another new relationship, there will be changes. And so it's important for the parent family, the parents, the siblings, to understand that yes, there is going to be a new dynamic taking place here now. Why are we getting threatened? Because the threat is only coming, it's more there and less here. If my brother or my son was ignoring his wife and still spending the same amount of time with me, not taking care of the wife, going out with me instead, not listening to the wife, listening only to me instead, we would have no problem. We would have no problem at all.
That is wrong.
So because then the power was in my hand, so why would I have a problem?
Then where is the love?
So it was attachment, not love. When there are two people like this, whether it's a brother, sister, a parent, child, and they're attached, and then suddenly I feel this is moving away. If it was love, we're detached and it's love, it doesn't matter whether this one is here or there with this one or that one.
Love is
But
love.
because it's attachment, and it means if you're getting attached to someone else,
So you're getting detached from
you're
here.
moving away from me. And how can I let you move away from me? Because my happiness
Depends.
is dependent on you. That is why spirituality helps, because spirituality keeps us detached, and that detachment allows us to give unconditional love, whether you're here,
Here, anywhere.
anywhere. Whether you're behaving like this or like this. Whether you're talking to me 10 times in a day or now you're talking once in 10 days.
That
It's
should
made
not
a
matter.
difference. Whether earlier you used to come and ask me everything and now you're just telling me and probably not even telling me anymore now.
Informing me
my-
or asking me.
Yeah. Maybe not even informing now. So these little things means I'm losing my power over you. And I'm losing it to someone else. And it's fear, insecurity that you'll never come back now.
Lost my child.
Yeah, that's it. I lost my son to that girl. Yes, of course.
If you
So
have
it's
this
only
kind of
because
feeling
this.
that I lost my son to that girl,
How
that
can
girl,
you ever like her?
and how can she like you? Because
But
you're
most
sending her.
important, okay, whether you can like her or no, do you like your son at this time?
No.
You know, people think that it's the relationship between the parents and the daughter-in-law which is a little strained. But actually what happens? The relationship between the parent and the son gets strained. Because every time I create a thought like this, my son has changed. And the change, I'm not liking the change. So my son is no more the way he used to be. My son doesn't love me the way he used to be. My son doesn't talk to me the way he used to. Each and every thought, what's the quality?
Blaming the daughter-in-law. who
Not
comes
only
in.
blaming the daughter-in-law.
Because after she came,
Okay,
all
let's
this
just
happened.
okay, let's just remove the daughter-in-law. Okay,
Okay.
let's just take this sentence. My son has changed. Let me remove the stimulus right now because of what he has changed. My son no more talks to me. My son no more cares for me. My son doesn't even love me now. All this, each and every thought,
But don't
because
you think it
of
happens?
is different.
Don't you think it happens?
You think it happens like that?
Yes. I have seen so many people when they don't even care for the mother when she's sick. And they don't even, earlier the same child would take the mother treat her like a queen, and here he doesn't even bother whether any good doctor has come or not. He would take his wife to a better hospital and not to his mother.
Keep complaining,
Okay, or accept.
keep criticizing, keep grumbling, keep getting hurt, keep getting upset, and all the time that I'm hurt and upset and angry and resisting and complaining, what are the vibrations I'm sending my son? Forget what I'm sending to my daughter-in-law.
You're sending vibrations of hurt, of complaining, of criticism, of all negative vibrations.
All this negative vibrations between I, the soul, and that soul
my son, the
who
soul.
plays the role of my son. So with so many negative vibrations traveling from me
to him.
to my son, how do I expect this relationship to be? And then we are saying, my son has changed.
I'm sending him those kind of vibrations.
My son has changed. My thinking has changed. Relationships are here. Relationships are not outside. Now let me just change my thought. Yes, children are going through their challenges today. Right now we're talking from the perspective of a parent.
Priority changes.
Okay, so we're
if
not...
I have, say, $100 in my pocket only, and I'm coming home, newly married, would I buy a gift for my wife first or for my mother, like I used to do before marriage? So these are the differences parents see.
Fine, so can we accept that?
can we understand that what he's doing is right? I would have done, or I would have expected this
So that is
from my
acceptance.
husband when I was married.
That is acceptance.
The mother who's complaining, if she goes back to her days of marriage, wouldn't she have expected her own husband?
No, probably not. Probably not. Because we're talking of a big shift. Maybe the generation right now, which is in the role of in-laws, they were saying
too.
at that time things were different, and today things are different. Yes, it's a shift. But when anything shifts outside, I have to shift something inside. When there is a change outside, in order to adapt to that change, I will have to bring about a change inside. If I do not bring about a change inside, then I'm resisting the change outside. And if I resist the change outside, I'm only sending negative energy, and which means that person is just going to keep on moving away. And all the while that they're moving away, I'm saying they have changed. They have not changed.
Now, the same thing, the $100, husband bringing gift for his wife, not for mother. Now the mother, can't she feel nice that how much he loves his wife?
No, it's not
now,
so
that
much
is the change you want?
No, it's not so much about what they do. It's more about how they feel. Things are not so much about
I'm talking
doing.
about the mother who's feeling that my son has changed.
These are very small things. These are small things.
What is the main thing?
It's easier to, let go of smaller things. It's easier to accept, okay, fine, gift for her, not a gift for me. They're able to accept it.
But you just said, he used to talk to me 10 times a day, now he talks to me only 10.
So you know what the parents will say? I don't want anything from him. I don't want him to do anything for me. I don't want him to buy anything for us, do anything for us. But
at least
he should spend time, he should care. At least this is what I expected from my child.
At least call us.
So I have to check my list. But at the same time, I have to understand what is the dynamic of the relationship. A parent-child relationship. For 25 years or 30 years, till my son got married, how was the flow of energy? The parents are giving, not expecting anything. Because they understand that the flow of energy in this relationship is going to be, we give. And not physical, emotional. Emotionally, a parent continues giving to the child. Love, support, understanding, compassion, everything. But subconsciously, when I'm old, then they will give.
I'm expecting that 30 years I've been giving. Now he should do that giving to me.
Now in this, if we just separate the few things, one is physical care. Like you said, going to the hospital, seeing the doctor, buying a gift, even other things, depending on the kind of family, providing for the parents physically. Yes, a child should do. Okay? One is physically, one is financially important. And most of the children are able to do that. Most of the children are able to do that today because we're all working hard, and that's the main reason why we're under so much stress. We're able to do it. The vacuum is in the emotional giving. Most of the parents also have enough today, and most of the children are able to provide everything. So that dimension is not what is creating a problem. The problem is in the emotional. Now here, if a parent has to just detach and understand, what all is my child going through today? Let's say a father today who's 60, 65, when he was working 30 years before, the dynamics of society were different. There was no such word as stress. Parenting was natural. Husband and wife relationships were quite smooth. Society in general was simpler. 30 years later today, when my son is 30 years old, things have changed. But I'm expecting my son to be and to give me emotional energy the way I gave to my parent. Today my son is even having a problem with his marriage. Husband-wife relationship not very easy today. My son is finding it a challenge to parent his children.
Plus, you adding.
And now I am expecting from him. He hardly has anything to give. He doesn't even have enough
To give it to his wife.
to give it to his wife and his children. And I'm expecting him to give me. Can I look at it in a detached manner and see that my son is in pain? Under so much stress, so much fear, insecurity about everything that's going on around, so much conflict in his present new relationships. And can I see that my role right now is not expecting from him, is not for asking from him, but is actually to
Giving him.
giving him.
Lot of love, lot of support, asking him how do you find your new relationship? Are you okay?
Healing.
It happens. When we got married,
Healing.
it happened to us. It takes time to
Healing.
adjust.
Healing, healing.
Healing.
But every time I create a negative thought for my child,
You're not healing but creating another wound or
pain to the pain,
scratching the
adding
wound.
pain to his pain.
Adding pain to his pain.
Can a parent add pain to the child's pain?
He would not like to do that.
So let's be aware. 30 years we were giving. We may be short on money right now. We may be short on resources right now. But what about feelings and love? Are we short on that? Is that resource got bankrupt in 30 years? If I could give for 30 years, can't I continue that giving?
The love
Yeah.
and the support.
But a belief system. I gave for 30 years.
Now you give me. And when are you asking? When he already has to give it to his wife.
And he doesn't have enough. That's the most
Yes.
important thing. So if we see from a child's perspective, yes, we will understand that later what a child should do for their parents. But right now, let's see it from a parent's perspective. And let us understand, this is a relationship where we gave for 30 years. In fact, every relationship we are to be giving. But this one, yes, we gave. Let's not change it now and convert it now to giving pain. Every time a husband and a wife, an old parent, sitting and talking about their son. Oh, he used to be like this. Now he has changed. He no more cares for us.
What
He's
are
no
you
more
doing?
there.
Sending what kind of vibrations and what kind of energy we are sending him?
To my son, who's already in pain.
Feeding him with poison.
Yes. And then, because we are sending so much energy of this
He is
quality,
becoming like that.
he's becoming like that. And the more he's becoming like that, he is moving away.
Drifting.
I want him to come close, not in terms of time spent, but in terms of frequency of vibration. What would I have to send? So a relationship of 30 years, the equation was, I give. I may be short on resources today. I may be short on finance today. But have I become short on my feelings of love? That now I have changed my hand from like this to like this. If I could give for 30 years, can I just continue the flow of energy that way? I give him love. I give him understanding. I give him compassion. That will heal me, heal him, create very beautiful energy in between, stop the blame game on the daughter-in-law, and create a very beautiful relationship there. Just if I change my thought from wanting to giving.
But why you have to change the thought from wanting to giving? You've been always giving from 30 years, you're not used to it yet?
Yeah, but you had changed it, na? That once my son grows up,
Because of information.
old belief
and
systems.
Old belief system and experiences with the other people's experience and information saying that daughter-in-law comes home and takes away your son away from you, and son becomes the mother-in-law's child and no more mine.
Even if, I mean, while you were saying it, I just thought of it. It's not even about age. It's only about the entry of a new person. If, let's say, a son doesn't get married. So now he's 30, he's 40, he's 50. No one has any problem. He may be very stressed at work, He may hardly spend any time with his parents. He's probably traveling out of the country most of the time.
Till then you have no complaints.
You have no problem.
Okay.
You accept. You say, oh, my son's very busy. My son doesn't have time. I have to take care of him.
I did
have
feel
to
like that
understand.
when my son got married. I was so used to him asking that, can I do this, that. I used to tell him, now you're big enough to do, why do you come and ask me so many things? No, but I used to feel nice. And of course, if I think of a few things, yes, now he sometimes only informs that he's done, or maybe sometimes I come to know later. I was not very unhappy about it. Probably, maybe I've learned a lot from you. But it did make me feel, look, I could feel that he has changed a little. I could say, okay, now he's asking me this. Or even something, if he asked me just simply or honestly, I would say, okay, he must be doing it because his wife must have asked him, or the mother-in-law must be forcing him. You know, these kind of vague ideas do come into
And now how to handle it?
Handle it means talk to you, learn from you.
Yeah, but how have you been working on it?
Well, what I did is I accepted him. I said, first I thought, no, I'm going to just not say anything. I don't want to lose my son for the sake of my son.
The sentence.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my.
Yes.
That means there is a fear.
That's what I said.
Of losing.
Okay, for the sake of my son, okay, I'm going to listen to it. For the sake of my son, let me respect his wife. For the sake of my son, so that I don't lose him, let me take care, let me be careful. Then I said, no, that's going to become very, very difficult. Pressure on my head, it's going to be very artificial.
And not the right energy.
No. Then I said, no, I'm going to treat the child who comes home as my own daughter. And I will give her love. I will take her side, even if my son, and they ask me one thing, no, I said, no, she's right. Don't you do this to her. So I created that feeling that my daughter got married, I don't have a daughter now, now let her be my daughter. So I changed my thoughts. I did feel earlier, of course, I'm a human being. And of course, I have lived in a joint family. 4 brothers and 4 sisters who all got married and all changed, and how my mother felt and how my neighbor's mother felt or my friends felt. I did have that in my back of the mind, but it was very fast. I could do it very quickly.
It's not only about, okay, she's my daughter. These are also words at times.
I did never say that another soul coming to my house.
No, that's okay, not about another soul.
I gave her the place of a daughter whom we love.
Yeah, but you know what, again, if you see in so many houses, we have a lot of this conversation going on saying, oh, she's not my daughter-in-law, she's just like my daughter. She's my daughter. And even the daughter-in-law will say, oh, I've got another mother and another father. It's not about saying these things.
Then?
It's not even about thinking these things.
Then?
Because whatever you say, the labels are so fixed. You cannot remove one label and put it on another one. So if we try to get into this, we're again being quite artificial.
That's also artificial.
This is quite artificial because it's not about, you know, let's say the mother-in-law says, oh, she's my daughter. But the minute she starts doing something which is not the way I want it to be, am I able to accept? That is what I have to check.
But the
not
son
about
also did all those 30 years.
Yes.
A lot of things we never wanted him to do. So how did you accept him?
Exactly. So it's not about daughter, daughter-in-law, son, son-in-law. It's about acceptance irrespective. It's about watching them doing things, behaving the way they think is right, and being able to get yourself to being comfortable. Then you're creating a beautiful relationship. Let's not get entangled again into labels. Because then again it's only pretension.
Even the doctors or the counselors say, this is modern life. You have to accept. These are the young boys and girls. They will do that. This happens. Accept it. Now this acceptance can be a very big pain. I can accept it with pain also.
No, then it's not acceptance.
Yeah.
Then it's not acceptance.
Means it's out of...
Acceptance only means your behavior doesn't disturb me. Full stop. Acceptance doesn't mean necessarily that what you're doing is right.
So if your behavior doesn't disturb me, then also I'm not even giving you love, no?
If I'm not giving negative,
that's more than enough.
That's automatically then positive, because one thought is always going to flow.
Are you sure?
Yes, the core.
There's no neutral thought?
The core neutral thought is still a thought. Just take care it's not negative. The rest of the things are done. My core of every being is love. Unless I create the negative thought, love is naturally flowing. It's only when I create a thought of rejection or resistance, the quality has changed. It can either be resistance or acceptance. And resistance when I get disturbed, acceptance when I don't get disturbed. When I get disturbed, the vibration of negativity travels.
Here, acceptance because I don't want to lose my son is one.
Yeah.
And acceptance with love.
Acceptance, acceptance because, one, I want to be comfortable. One. First most important reason to be accepting, I want to be comfortable. My power and my happiness is here. So first, for my own relationship with myself, acceptance. Second, acceptance because that acceptance will give me two very beautiful relationships here, the son and the daughter-in-law, and acceptance because that will create a healthy environment in the house. Lot of reasons to accept.
Okay, sister, wonderful, and I think we should continue this in the next episode, and also the relationship between the husband and wife. Till now we've been speaking only about parents, and now what about them?
Right.
Om Shanti.
When there is attachment, we fear that the other person is moving away and getting attached to someone else. We feel our happiness is moving away. When there is love, there is no fear. When there is a change outside, we need to accept and adapt by bringing about a change inside. If we do not change inside, then we are resisting the outer change and send vibrations of resistance and rejection. When we send energy of resistance, people move away. The same people whom we want should be close to us, be with us, move away from us because of the energy of pain they are getting from us. Children today are going through their own stresses of managing their work and family. Parents have always given them love, support, and power. Parents can continue giving them the same instead of expecting emotional support from them. When parents start feeling neglected, they create pain and add to the pain of the child. If the parents can take care of their state of being and continue giving love and support, they will empower their children. Tomorrow we will discuss how our detachment can empower our family. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajyoga Meditation Center, call us on 099 99 744 555.
Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Ye Dwani Mangal Dwani hai. Om Shanti Om. This sound is a